Welcome. This is an introduction to the AIO-14 layout so that you understand the reason for my madness. So let's begin. The all-in-one version 14 layout only uses the VLOT charts, and I have VLOT charts of 4 instruments. And the VLOT charts of these 4 instruments are the S&P 500 set to 3 minutes, the Dow set to 3 minutes, the gold set to 5 minutes, and oil set to 3 minutes. Now those are the times that I find most convenient to use for trading these instruments. Now for each instrument you have 2 regions. Region 1 is the price action with 2 EMAs. The dotted yellow is the 5 EMA using the last price of the bar as its input in calculating the exponential moving average. The white is the 40 EMA using as its input the high-low closing average of the price bars. Here in region 2, you have the narrows defined by the upper mids and the lower mids. You've got the 0 line. And you've got the MACD. The MACD has a fast line, which I call MACD fast, the dotted blue, and a slow line, MACD slow. The MACD constants used are 6, 12, and 9. 6 for fast, 12 for slow, and 9 for the exponential moving average. The yellow-orange lines are the prime in VLOT, the dotted line, prime in VLOT, the dashed line, prime in LOT. Prime ins are calculated as prime current minus prime of 5 bars back. And the prime in VLOT uses a faster MACD than the prime in LOT. Faster MACD constants, that is. So how do you trade this? Well, historically, you can see that the EMAs up here in region 1 are very useful to know that, oh, a playground has happened. The 5 EMA is pulling away from the 40 EMA. And you can confirm that because the pins would get together, the prime ins would get together and head in one direction with a nice angle. And your MACD will also confirm it because it'll change color and begin heading down. Of course, the fast MACD, the dotted blue, will head down faster than the slow MACD, the MACD slow, the solid blue line. But yeah, that's the place to get in for that short. And when would you get out? You would get out at the color change either of the prime lot, or the pin lot, pin lot, or the color change of the MACD fast, the dotted blue, or as pin VLOT finally crosses through the slow MACD. Yeah, time to get out. Or you could get out even earlier as pin VLOT crosses any of the lines, whether the pin lot or the MACD fast line, the dotted line. Now, when is the next opportunity to take a trade? Using the 5 and 40, the next opportunity to take a trade would be this crossing of the 5 over the 40 to go up for a long. Now you would confirm that with your lines down here in region 2, because the MACD would have crossed above the 0. Actually, you could get in sooner right through here, but you'd be taking the chance that you'd be bouncing off that 0 line because the MACD acts like the jerk does on our STO lines. So there's a possibility that we'd bounce off. So the safe and sure is to wait for the MACDs to cross. And you wouldn't go against your pins. The pins here have a down color. you'd wait until the pins are with you and take the up right here at the crossing of the MACD, and that's the zero bounds of the MACD fast line, dotted blue. And how long will you stay in? Right here as pin V lot crosses down through the zero, or as pin lot crosses down through the slow MACD. That's how long you'd stay in. Or you could decide, okay, I'm going to stay in until the MACD get together. That's how long you'd stay in. Now, would we take the short? By no means would we. And here's the reason why. This is still continued up as long as the MACD is above the upper mids. And since there is a lot of separation between the pins, it's not worth taking. It's not worth taking. Since pin V lot is going sideways, it just means sustained. And what is it sustaining? It's just sustaining a sideways up. So not worth taking. Now this is worth taking right here. That's worth taking because it's a bounce of the 5 EMA off the 40. And the pin V lot is already above the zero as everybody kind of like does a Russian L flat and then boom. Russian L flat and then boom up. Nice angle. Yep, go take it. And how long will you stay in this? Well, you will stay in it until the MACD goes back into the upper mids right there. You'd get out. Or you could have gotten out as early as this, or you would stay in until right here as pin lot crosses back down through the zero. But that's a bit late because everybody has the down color. So you'd get out right here at the zero bounds of the prime V lot, of pin V lot. But in truth, I'm practicing for myself to just get out when pin V lot crosses something, another line. So I would have been in through here and out there, which would not have garnered me much. But if you go by the EMAs up here, since the 5 is not heading towards the 40, we stay in. But I wouldn't stay in because look at your MACD. Your MACD says it's done because the fast MACD crossed down into the slow MACD. It's done. So that's it. That's how we use this layout. Take care.